Hi everybody, it's me Emily, and can you guys believe it's already December, which means it is Christmas time, woohoo! Today on this video I'm going to be talking to you guys about my childhood Christmas stories and my Christmas stories that have been quite recent. Now, instead of telling you my stories all in one video, I decided to put them separate, which means I will do probably one video of my story today and upload another one tomorrow and the next day after that, and until you guys actually see all my Christmas stories in separate videos. Today's video of my Christmas story, I am going to start off with quite a sad story, but it does have a happy ending, so don't worry about it, guys. I am completely fine with it. It was around this time, I would probably say around November-ish, I think it was a mouth ulcer inside. Now, I was about 2 or 3 years old at that time when this happened. So I had a blister, and instead of on my lips, it was actually inside my mouth. Now, I think the ulcer was on top of the gum, obviously on the top part of my mouth. And I think what actually happened was that it blistered everywhere. It was spreading, and I think it got very infected. Now, I was hospitalized with this because I didn't eat, I did not drink anything. It was quite scary as well. I was in hospital for about 2 weeks with no eating, no drinking, and I remember my very first night staying in the hospital. I remember my sister and my aunt was there, and my sister was shoveling a toy in my face because I knew I had to spend the night there, and I was obviously very unhappy because I do not like hospitals. I did not want to spend the night there. I was really terrified because I was in the hospital for about 2 weeks, and the horrible part of it was that during mealtime, the nurses would come by with food and everything, and I could not eat anything, and it was really traumatic for me to go through because my mum kept on saying to me that you're not going to go home until you start eating, you're not going to go home until you start eating. And that was really scary because so many other kids were around my ward, and they kept saying, oh, I'm going home because I'm eating, and they said, yeah, you are, but obviously I am not. Now, that was obviously horrific too. Yeah. And another thing that happened is that every single day, because I didn't eat or drink or even use the bathroom, I also had to be drained. I had to have fluid inside me because it didn't make a difference or anything. Now, the horrible part of it was that I came from a really big family, and every single day we'd have different families coming over to see me at the hospital, and they would try and spoil me, but it didn't make anything better. I just wanted to go home. I really wanted to be at home, but it didn't really seem to work out. The most horrible part that happened every single day was, which I remember very well, my mum was like, do you want to call your sister? And I don't know why I kept saying yes to it, because I got so excited because I just wanted to call and just be hi, and all that. But the horrible thing is that this was way back from when I was 2 or 3 years old, so we didn't have phones, we didn't have iPhones or mobiles at that time, so that was really difficult. We had to use them pay phones. So every time that my sister would call me, she would be so excited, but then all of a sudden she would start crying, and then I would start feeling horrified, and it was really awful. Such an awful time. I just remember coming out of the hospital and into a car over to my grandparents' house. Now, I felt really scared, thinking I'm gonna go back to the hospital in a minute, but I don't know, because my mom was horrified. She didn't want to go back home, so she decided to be with my grandmother instead. Now, as I was there, my whole entire family, my aunt, my uncles, my cousins, and my sister, and everyone was freaking there. Now, this, on the first Sunday of December, which is a very tradition, which is when we put all the decorations up and everything, I was at my grandparents' house, and in front of me was a plate, and I think it was a cookie, or let's just call it a biscuit, or it must have been a sandwich. And I was just staring at it. Everyone was like staring at me because I suddenly like took the biscuit, and I was like looking at it, and it was all quiet. And then all of a sudden I put the biscuit in my mouth, and as soon as I did that, a whole load of freaking people just roared with cheer. Like, they were so amazed, and my mom was crying, like she went out of the room because she was so emotional. It was just such an amazing miracle. So yeah, that was the miracle, because I was eating again after 2 long weeks of hell. So yeah, a very difficult time. But on the first Sunday of December, that was the first time that I started eating again normally, and that is what I call a Christmas miracle. So yeah, that was my very sad story, which I'm pretty sure, I don't think you even cared about it, but no, for me it was such a difficult time, but I was so bravely enough to open up to it because I love you guys. So yeah, I wanted to get this one out of the way. There will be another one tomorrow, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. There will be more happy ones on the way, but I just wanted to get the sad one out of the way. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.